with our boy Smitty. Smitty, LeBron is going to the Lakers. I mean, first of all, how did you get lucky enough? You're not working today?
He said he was on
call.
He was on
early. No, he was on early today.
Hey, but you said he was on call.
Ask my guys, Billy and David and Fratello,
Smitty,
DA. I was there early.
He was there early.
When I woke up this morning, Smitty was on TV.
He was there at 6 a.m.
I know, he had breakfast.
Smitty was on the tube live.
He had a smile that looked like that, too, even though he was tired. Smitty, what's your reaction to the news about 4 years to L.A.?
Well, first of all, you got to say congratulations to Rob and Magic. I mean, obviously, it was looking a little dim, but those guys got a chance to pull off the biggest fish out there. And obviously, he wasn't first, but boy, was he huge for Lakers fan and that organization. And just listening to DA and obviously Griff and Billy, everybody is a little bit better right now. We were talking about Brook Lopez. Even Luol Deng might be a piece right now for the Lakers that you're thinking about that can fit with LeBron James just because of the type of player he is and superstar. And I'm with Griff. Guys who need the basketball is a little different, but guys who don't need the basketball that can make plays off of LeBron James, they come back into play now.
Smitty, there was a lot of talk when this started, and we spent time together talking about it, that LeBron was going to play the waiting game, not be the first guy. PG-13 goes back, Paul George does, to Oklahoma City. Kawhi still in limbo, probably not going to the Lakers. Are you at all surprised that LeBron goes, at least to this point, without another big name with him?
Well, a little surprised, but I think if you know LeBron James, it's always been calculated. I know you see the little pieces are now adding right now. I do think Kawhi Leonard, whether it's this year but definitely next year, will be a Laker. So I'm looking at what LeBron was saying. Probably this is more of a 2-year process than a right now, but it's still a chance that Kawhi gets a chance to play for the Lakers. It's going to be a slim chance, knowing Pop. It will be a waiting game, but it's still a chance.
How does Lonzo Ball fit with LeBron, Smitty, as far as you see it on forget his other teammate, LeVar. How much does Lonzo fit together on the floor from what you see with LeBron?
I think shooter's paradise with 3D. He better go find him a corner three right now and find some kind of way to start shooting the three ball. But great players play, and Lonzo's going to have to figure it out. It's going to be a totally different change for him, a guy who's had the basketball in his hand, who's dominated the ball. He's going to have to play off the ball a lot more than he's ever had. But playing with LeBron James and winning, I think he'll try to have to figure it out, but he's going to have to be able to shoot the basketball consistently and have the mindset of playing without it.
Smitty, where do you see the Lakers in the West as far as they sit right now, if it's a 2-year process and it looks that way? And there are other pieces that could be added, but let's say there's not another star, max-type player that's added. Do you look at the Lakers still behind not only Golden State and Houston, but also OKC? Where do you see them, or maybe even lower than that in the West?
Well, yeah, I will still have those teams ahead of them, and obviously OKC has to figure out what they're doing with the Carmelo situation. I think right now it's a great story, but I was listening to the DA and all those guys, Griffin. There's a lot of guys right now, and we love all their young guys. Things tighten up right now playing with LeBron James. Unfortunately, hopefully all these young guys, they can handle this pressure, but somebody might not. I don't see them still no higher than maybe fifth in the Western Conference as of right now.
Steve, who do you look at? In order for a team that was not a playoff team to jump into the playoffs, somebody that was a playoff team has to fall out. And there were a lot of teams between the Lakers and the playoffs. Who do you look at as particularly vulnerable from the West of the playoff teams? Utah was a team that I thought really was on the come. New Orleans showed some quality minutes. The Spurs, who knows what they are. The Timberwolves. Who's the team that falls out so that the Lakers move up?
Well, and Denver was right there, too.
Great question. I mean, I look at all those teams because they were separated with them about 2 or 3 games. But I really look at Utah, and you kind of feel, bad for them. This is a team that was excited. This team could fall out. I think also the Pelicans right now. No Cousins going back there, and if he doesn't have a sign and trade, I love Anthony Davis. I love everything they did, but this could be a team. Yeah, I don't think they were built and constructed to be able to handle any type of injuries. And if they had any kind of minor injuries, not even to stars, it could be tough for the Pelicans and the Utah Jazz.
And don't forget also, Smitty, we have, as Billy pointed out, Denver right on the outside. You and I were here the night that they got out. That was the last night of the season. Dallas going to be a tougher out, so that takes some wins away from somebody. Phoenix will be more competitive. The bottom will at least be a little bit more difficult to deal with. The East, Now it's wide open. We've been talking about this a lot. When you look at, let's put aside Boston and Philadelphia, the top two, Smitty, for a second. When you look at Toronto, who's had to deal with LeBron and have him send them home often. When you look at Washington, we know how dysfunctional they looked at times last year. And Indiana and some of those teams in the middle, Milwaukee. How much more pressure do you think there are now on those organizations to act now and to take advantage of the opportunity of how wide open this conference is?
You know, I think Toronto's a lot of pressure. Changing as a new coach, obviously, I think if you're a team, if you're Toronto, I think last year was the year we were all kind of looking at Toronto. Can it be their year? I think they probably lost a little bit of confidence. So I would say Toronto is a team that I want to keep an eye on, maybe trending down. But I think the Pacers and the Milwaukee Bucks probably is excited. These are two teams that could be definitely trending up. Because of their style of play, they play hard enough right now that they could move up 2 or 3 spots. But I think Toronto Raptors could be the team I think is trending down.
Smitty, this is Bill again. Do you think Cleveland is a playoff team or they're out of it?
Are you trolling Fratello right now? He's trolling Czar. Czar said the Cavs were a playoff team earlier, Smitty.
I look at Billy, I said, it's going to be tough. Lots falls on the kid, Colin Sexton. And I love this kid. You know, he will take the challenge, but he has to be so good right now as a facilitator, as a scorer, because the way they were constructed is a ball-dominant guy in LeBron James. And who's going to be that ball-dominant guy? Has to be Colin Sexton. I don't see it being George Hill, you know, and I don't see it anybody else. They will be a team that I would say will be fighting to the end to make it to the playoffs.
Well, you know, Smitty, a lot of those guys, they're wishing they got more shots. Wish LeBron would pass it. He shoots too much. Well, now they're going to get their wish.
Yes, they will. Yes, they are.
Smitty, appreciate it. Thanks for a couple, man.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.